Hi, thanks for tuning in. Today we're introducing Mathew Tow, a sensitive, soulful, and artistic psychic medium. And I'm happy to say one of our fabulous practitioners on A Collaboration of Souls. I hope you enjoy this interview, and do check us out on Facebook and our website, acollaborationofsouls.com. Hey, thank you for joining us. I want to take this moment to introduce Mathew Tow. I
Hello.
said Tow, and it's Toe, isn't it?
It's actually Tao. You said it correctly. It's Norwegian.
Oh, how cool. So I am Marie. I'm the founder of A Collaboration of Souls, and Matthew is one of our fabulous practitioners. His specialty, if that's the right word, is psychic mediumship. And
Correct.
he's an awesome psychic medium. I've had the chance to see his work and was truly touched by some of the things that he was able to connect with. So Matthew, I'm going to kind of let you take the lead here. And I do want to just ask you a few questions. How long have you known that you were a psychic medium?
I remember interacting with the spirit world probably when I was 5 or 6.
Oh, wow.
Like most kids, I believe that, as children, they're very sensitive to spirit. They've got that imagination that runs wild, so it's easier to connect. And I started seeing and hearing and feeling spirit at such a young age growing up. In Colorado, we definitely had a lot of spirits in my house. So we definitely grow up and start to realize that our ego and adult rational mind starts to take over. So then I started to block it out. But then as I started to get older, I started to have the experiences again and really wanted to develop it and train the right way and make sure that I had the skill set to then in turn help healing and giving messages to others.
Because what I found, I know that when I was a teenager, I realized that there's spirit, and it scared me, I'll be honest. And I just said, please, I don't think you're going to hurt me, but you're going to scare the Jesus
Right.
out of me if you show me yourself. So I blocked, and I think a lot of us do that. We get involved in everyday life, muggle work, and then there's something that doesn't let us let it go anymore.
Right. We hit that roadblock where our spirit just says, hello, like you can see me, we can communicate. Let's do it,
Yeah.
And it can be unnerving if you don't know what you're doing or
Right.
learning your clairs. So you're definitely right. It is quite a shock if you're not prepared for it.
Right. And I think, like, for me, meditating, because I've been meditating since high school. And I think that's helped to make, I truly think if someone doesn't acknowledge their talents and their gifts and the energy around them, that it can make them unbalanced
Right.
to a degree.
And I think it's also living in that, sorry to interrupt you, it's living in that fear-based mentality of not understanding what the spirit world truly is. And it's that love and hope that we have on the other side that, if you don't have an understanding of that, you think it's the boogeyman. So,
Right.
yeah.
And I mean, of all the spirits that I've connected with, I would say 98% have been loving, happy people. A couple still had some issues. I always go over here because this is the side I get spirit in. Do you have a particular side that you think?
It depends on whether they're male or female. Or if the sitter is in front of me, it depends on like where the spirit is to them in relationship to them.
Okay.
So typically it kind of fluctuates from sitter to sitter.
Okay. All right. And on the website, people are going to have the chance to see your adorable boxer, Oakley, right?
Yes, Oakley is 1 year old. I do have another boxer as well that's 2 years old, and they are brothers. They come from the same father. I'm a huge boxer advocate. I love them. They're the best breed. They're dopey. They're lovey.
Excuse me, standard poodle person here.
I know. I mean, everyone's got their favorite breed. For me, it's boxers. They're so great.
Well, I always say you hug a poodle, you come away with nothing but the love.
That is true.
So yeah. So I digress here.
My brother-in-law has a.
You're who?
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm sorry. I was getting off track talking about Doug. So What is one of the most significant experiences that you can share if you can, that you had without
Um,
privacy or
the most significant experience that I've had would most likely be when my father's best friend had passed. He passed away in 1997 from a heart attack, and his dog, ironically, had passed away a couple days previous to his passing. This was roughly in December or October in Colorado. And if you know those states, if you don't like the weather one minute, it's going to change the next. And he was standing in my front yard with his dog in a snowstorm, fully dressed. And I knew it was him because he wore these thick Coke bottle glasses and he loved Texas wear. So he would wear these white shirts with the patterns on the pockets.
uh-huh.
And he was clear as day standing in the yard with no coat on in a blizzard. And that is the day that I knew that I saw spirit.
Oh my goodness, I just get goosebumps.
Yeah,
Um,
it was nice to see him. It's
yeah.
nice.
I think like one thing that I love is the love I feel. And I
Mhm.
think basically when I go in and connect, I'm feeling the love from source, from spirit,
Right.
from God and everything connecting. So that makes it's like when I meditate and I'm really into it, that feeling, that wholeness. I love that. What is it that you mostly share? I hope I'm wording this correctly. Or you would like people to take away from a reading with you. You mainly focus on psychic mediumship, correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Correct. Uh, just that there's life after death. That we don't go away. We're always around, guiding, being there, sending our love and our support. I want them to walk out of my readings feeling like, that person was painted there with them and that they got the message that they needed for healing and love and support from the other side, from their relatives.
It's so nice. Um, May I ask, I know that you're a bit of an artist as well, or you used
Correct.
to do some different graphics. Do you ever feel that comes into your work, or do you ever find yourself?
I do actually. I'm getting into intuitive art. I feel like that is an amazing tool. I do have a class tonight, so I'm kind of excited about that. But it, we have so many gifts that spirit or source has given us that they all can intertwine and intermingle with each other, and everything was given to us for a reason. And so if you're a singer, that can raise your vibration. If you're an actor, you can paint life of clear sentient experiences that you're having and you can relate to it a little easier. But for me, my art was comic books. I did that for a really long time. So I got to paint a story and use my imagination as I was drawing. So for me, I use that as a way to zone in and get to source and sitting in the power. And with those two combined, I feel like I can get there and stay in that zone to speak to spirit a
Right.
little easier.
Right. Oh, that's so nice. I love that. I
Mhm.
can't wait to see some of your artwork.
I'm definitely going to be sharing. I'm going to start an Instagram soon for my art for spiritual
Oh,
artists.
cool.
Stay tuned for that.
Okay, and you're going to have your Facebook page and your psychic medium Instagram stuff set up soon, and
Mhm.
you'll be on a collaboration of souls, so people can find you there. And then we'll
Mhm.
have links to other outlets that you're on at that time too, like to your website and whatnot. Are you doing any live readings right now? Or are you mainly doing Zoom type things, or?
I'm doing both. I usually do it at a local metaphysical store in Springfield, Massachusetts. I do live one-on-one sittings there. I've been doing a lot of readings on Zoom because it's the COVID world we live in right now, and it's safe, and you can reach a broader stroke. So if somebody needs help in Ohio, I'm here.
Right, I know. I mean, all over the world,
Right.
with
It's
Zoom,
just it's amazing. Like it's just you can connect with so many people that you wouldn't have connected to before. So it's really nice.
do you feel like your dogs ever see anybody or connect with anybody?
What is unusual is my house has a lot of activity when I first moved into it, and we used to crate our dogs for training, and they would always stare off into one corner every time we put them in there. Um, and they just constantly stare at that for like a good 5 minutes, and things move and shift in here. And I know it's a spirit guide or a loved one in my house, but they're always around and they do sense it for sure.
Cool. I have to ask about the dogs.
They do experience stuff. They do for sure.
I know. I know. I see mine. I have two, but
Mhm.
so I'm trying to think if there's I feel like there's something more that you can share that I haven't thought to ask.
Um,
Let me
just
just
kind of,
challenge you with that.
I think one thing I'd love to share is just, the clairs, because I don't think that the general public really understands how we communicate with spirit. I know everyone does it differently, but for me, I definitely experience all three clairs. So clairaudient, I'll hear or see words in my mind. That's kind of how spirit typically communicates with me. If it's a verbal language that they want to communicate with, they'll tell me songs. So I'll randomly get like those earworms in your head where you're like, I didn't think of that song out of nowhere. That's unusual.
Yeah.
Um, Clairvoyant, I typically get clairvoyant. It's very quick flash of what they look like or a scenario that they want to show me or something that's really important in their life. I'll see it in my mind's eye. And then clairsentient is now becoming a little stronger where they're communicating me through feelings. So they're letting me know how they passed, or they're letting me know where they're having physical issues with, or they'll give me a sensation or an emotion. So that is becoming stronger. I know that's one of the ones that are bread and butter for some mediums that I know. They're just super clairsentient. But I'm a little bit of all three with more of a focus on clairvoyance.
Okay. Great. Great. Glad that I asked you what I didn't know what to ask you.
That was a great question.
Thank you. Well, let's see. Is there anything that you would like to, in closing, say? And I'm so glad that you're a part of the collaboration of souls. And your energy is just so. When I saw you, you probably didn't remember me. We were in a group thing, and on Zoom, and I went, you know, I have to contact this person. So,
I think it's a phenomenal place to join. The collaboration of souls is it's in its name. We're a community. We collaborate. It's a great source for everybody that's in our community to come together, and people that are outside of the community find what they're looking for: tarot card readers, mediums, psychics, you name it. So it's such a great thing, and I'm so blessed that you asked me to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
uh, I'm so grateful you did. Yeah, we're like, thank you for mentioning that. We'll have psychic mediums, tarot readers. I'm working on getting some crystal people in,
Mhm.
animal communicators, past life regressionists, and all sorts of different modalities that people can benefit from that we can offer. So, and I'm so glad to be able to do that. Um, so I'm really looking forward to seeing your art. Something just came up for me, and I'm like, see his art.
I will show you my drawing later as soon as I'm done with my class. It's gonna be interesting.
Thank you. I know that when we were talking one time, you had mentioned possibly teaching something. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. I love to teach others. I think that having this gift and being able to teach those who are interested in this mediumship, it drives me. It really moves my soul to watch somebody grow and flourish, and get the tools that I didn't have as I started my journey, and having a mentor. I want somebody to come back to me in 5 or 10 years and say, "You changed my life. Yeah, I didn't know what this was, and you helped and guided me, and you were always there." And I would move mountains for anybody. So just setting up the next generation of mediums of support is the best thing that I could do.
Well, speaking of vibration, we mentioned that in the beginning, but that's one of my goals with the collaboration of souls is to help raise the vibration,
Mhm.
across the world. And when you help someone develop their talents, their innate talents that they are not really working with, you're giving them light to me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Allowing them to connect and go to source and, find out what they need to be doing. Because it's like I mentioned before, if you have the gift and you're ignoring it, you don't have to
Mhm.
work. You know what I mean? You don't have to go and work and be, public sake, but you need to pay
Right.
attention to your energy, your vibration, and stay balanced.
And especially taking a little bit extra care, self-care is super important. And even if you're not a practicing psychic medium, just understanding what you have and being able to live with it a little bit better and having that balance and understanding, I think one place that an underdeveloped medium can go is that fear-based place.
Yeah.
And understanding that it doesn't exist, it's really, in my opinion, my beliefs are my own, and anyone else's are their own. But for me, I believe that, we're from love and light, and so our mind and ego steps in the way, and it creates a scenario in our head, not realizing that it could be grandma just trying to leave a note to just say that she loves you.
Right.
So if that's the biggest takeaway that they can get under my guidance, is that, spirit's all around you and they're just here to help and love and support you, then I've done my job.
Great. All right. So we'll be looking forward to seeing that class format and what you're going to be doing with that, and be it online or in person. And thank you again for joining us and being here today.
Thank you so much, Marie. I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Namaste, y'all.
Namaste.
Hey, and thanks for tuning in again. I hope you enjoyed getting to know Mathew Tow just a bit there. You can see more of him on A Collaboration of Souls. And I hope you'll tune back in for our next interview for our next practitioner. We are collecting the best of psychic mediums, animal communicators, Reiki masters, tarot card readers, and energy workers. So if you'd like to know more, please just shoot us an email at acollaborationofsouls@gmail.com. Namaste, y'all. Have a great day.